Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a little planner update for you guys. It's mid-year and yeah, we will talk about all the changes and what I have started in 2026 in January and where I'm now. All right, so I started with an N1 Sterling ink common planner. We will look into it in a minute. Sterling ink complete planner, a traveler's notebook. This is Planner Perfect. Hobonichi Weeks. This is also, yeah, I would say let's take a general word for it. I started with a traveler's notebook and I'm still using a traveler's notebook. And I also had an hour's research journal, which I started with. You could see it in my first video of 2026. And this is the one I skipped and I sold this one. Because I love this paper or the planner itself. It was really cute and yes, but it was just too much. It was just too much. Yes, and so let's talk about what I skipped. I skipped this N1 Sterling ink common planner. I deconstructed it some months ago, no, 2 months ago, and took out the second half of the year because I still wanted to have it slimmer than it is already. And I actually really love this planner, but I couldn't get into it this year. I don't know why. I talked about it in my last video where I was showing you my current setup, traveler's notebook setup, because this one I had in my traveler's notebook. And so I love the paper. It's just the layout, I think, which was a little bit boring for me this year, right now, in this current season. And yes, I do love that it has quarterlies, that it has everything you need. I really want to use all of it. I miss kind of these quarterly pages in the Hobonichi Weeks. But then sometimes I feel like it's just too much. I need it more simple. And so I skipped this one. I will show you in a minute what I am into for weekly right now. So I just need to see if I'm in frame. And yes, so I skipped this one. I also started in this beautiful Sterling ink complete common planner. It's such a gorgeous planner. Really, it is. It has dailies, it has weeklies. I love the size. I have nothing against the hardcover. It's such a beautiful planner. But nevertheless, I don't know. I think in general it's the same every year. It's just too much planners in the end. And then I move into one or another and skip the other one. So I skipped it in March. Yes, I decorated, as you can see. And I love the view and I love the space, and I don't know. I think it's just in 2024 I had a Hobonichi horn, and this was my main daily planner. And I really used the the daily planning pages until I would say October. And then I always tend to go back to Traveler's Notebook system. And that's where it started to feel too much, because I cannot, I do memory keeping in all of them, kind of, and I don't know, I tried to not do many pictures in here, but in the end it's a little bit too much at the end. Yes, so I don't know what else to say. You can see I definitely have been in here, enjoyed it for the time being, and also enjoy the paper. I think I would like to have a A5 planner, either a daily planner, only a daily planner, or just the weeklies. I think it's also because it's all together, and I like them separated. I like actually the monthly separated, the weeklies, and the dailies. And that's where the Traveler's Notebook system is much more functional. And on the other hand, I like to have everything in one book, and it's always a struggle. So, but this will not going to waste. I think I can go back in here for journaling, using it as a notebook at some other time. So yeah, but for now I'm a little sad if I don't see it. It's on my shelf usually. I don't think about it a lot, but flipping through, yeah, it kind of make me want to go back, but you know, if you don't have that much time, and maybe you just should keep it alone, and yeah, don't force yourself to use it. So yeah, that's my sterling ink. Let's go into my Hobonichi Weeks, which is also actually it's more like a media journal. I have the media, the TV series, documentations, movies in the monthlies. I also tend to write when some new TV series starts. I hope it's not too loud outside. I don't know. I need to keep the windows open because it's so hot in here today. It's the hottest summer day today so far. And yeah, here are some of my pages. I always do like reading, watching, and add some memory keeping. But I also have some blank weeks. Yeah, and that's it. I also need to update my books from March on. So I really love this planner. It's just so cute. I mean, yeah, but I really must say I somehow feel annoyed by myself sometimes that I'm not using the planners to its full capacity, and yeah, because I have so much, and sometimes I like more room. It's just sometimes it's too there's not much space to write everything, and sometimes it's just too much. So to find the middle ground is difficult sometimes. So yeah, but it's still the one of the planners I'm using the most. And actually the Traveler's Notebook system in standard size and my Hobonichi Weeks, both of them are my main planners right now. This is my planning system, my planner and memory keeping system. And yes, I show you, before we get into this one, I will show you what I did. I have Cocoa Daisy insert here from June, which I'm going to use in July. Stay tuned for this video. This is for memory keeping. Then I have the Travelers Company Vertical Weekly insert, which I also showed you in my last video. And yes, I really just enjoy this one right now, pretty much. And this is my weekly, and here I have a Planner Perfect insert, a 12 months planner, which I also showed you in my last video. And I'm using the pages in between, yeah, for any notes, what upcoming appointments, to-do list, note pages or reference pages. Yes, that's my system, which I'm pretty much happy about. And yeah, this is also a cloth and paper clear TN cover I'm switched to. Before, I have been in April and May, I was in Moterm Companion Standard Traveler's Notebook. In March, I have been in a Traveler's Company TN. And in January and February, I started with this Planner Perfect Croc Traveler's Notebook and with Traveler's Notebook inserts from Planner Perfect. This is the January subbox planner. So yeah, let's have a little look in it. I don't know if I did a flip. I don't think so. Not sure. I really enjoyed this one, although I haven't been. So we are back again. I'm so sorry, I had some technical issues and I needed to move a little bit the setup, so it's a different angle right now. But I stopped here. I think it's my January Planner Perfect insert. I enjoyed a lot. I enjoyed the paper a lot. This was the subbox paper. This has been my February customized planner, which had different paper, so not the white paper. That was a bit of a bummer, but you know. Okay, so let's flip a little bit through it. I enjoyed it, but I noticed that 80 pages per month are just a little bit too much. I mean, in the winter I have more time to journal, to sit down, to memory keep. But on the other hand, there's not much to do in winter, so we don't have a lot of snow days where you go out and have some fun in the snow, and it's mostly rainy or gray, and you know, you sit more inside and being cozy. So I feel this paper, those inserts are so perfect for my memory keeping, especially with the price point. And I really like the paper for pictures and yeah, for pictures, and this is an old April insert from 3 or 4 years ago, and even this one I got not finished. So I actually would need this, would need to do 2 months in this, I guess. But then I'm always, I like having monthly, books. That's the point. So I was thinking about it in March. I tried Traveler's Company blank insert with 60 pages, and Coco Daisy has 30 pages in their TNs notebooks. And I think that's the sweet spot for me, 30 to 60 pages, depending on the months, depending on what is going on in the month. So, and if I'm using them really mainly for memory keeping, I think that's better for me, for using them and don't feel bad about wasted pages in the end. But the other point of it is just like recent changes at Planner Perfect. It influenced my purchasing habits with the brand, although I really love those. I love those TN insert. It's just when I discovered Planner Perfect during the pandemic 2020, yeah, you know, the time felt uncertain, and yeah, I was also navigating some personal challenges in my own life. So when I discovered Planner Perfect, I not only discovered the Traveler's Notebook system, and I fell in love with those hand-painted journals and the way of doing memory keeping and planning and stuff, but it also felt inspiring for me, and a lot of talks from Jenny I felt inspired, or it resonated with me at that time, at a lot of times. Not everything, but a lot was resonating with me. And yeah, and so then the most amazing thing is that Planner Perfect actually introduced me to an amazing community of people all over the world. Mainly, I feel like in the US, but also in Germany. There are some of those connections that have grown in genuine friendships that I still treasure today. And so when I talk about Planner Perfect, I'm not just talking about the planners. I'm talking about a brand that has been connected to a very meaningful chapter in my life, and it's like, I don't know. It's the system also helped me with planning and all those things, and process some stuff. And it's a system I have been pretty much consistent in 2021 and 2020 and 2022, I think. But then it started to get complicated. It just international shipping just increased dramatically. It was, we were paying like the same amount of shipping and customs for the same price point as a sub box. So, and then, we needed to, my friend and I were ordering together a lot of times. So that's why I say we were ordering together to save on shipping and stuff. And then we decided to get like the Christmas box, the January box, then the Easter, maybe one summer box, and then we took planner and journal and used them for all the months. so we don't need to buy every sub box, because that's just insane. I mean, the price point was it was way more expensive than any traveler's company insert, for example, for a blank insert. I mean, we know that, and we decided to do it, and this was a little fun thing for us, or a little sweet treat for us. And yeah, so how the brand changed within the last years, I'm a little bit disappointed. I'm really disappointed, because there has been so many changes which are going a complete other direction than it started with. So I'm sad about it. It feels like an era is going to end, and I just really thought about it a long time. Someone who hasn't been a Planner Perfect with Planner Perfect as a long-time customer, or maybe I don't know how to explain it. Maybe you would not understand what's the point, because some people may think, hey, it's just paper, it's just a planner company. What's the point about being so disappointed? Just move on to another system, to other inserts, and be done with it. But I think I'm not alone with this, that I told you a little bit of my backstory, that if you start to feel kinda attached to something, or let's do a comparison. It's hard to explain. I think that's the issue if you build your brand on yourself and you give a lot to other people, so people feel addressed by what you say and feel connected, and also they feel attached to this beautiful artwork that has been hand painted. That's so different from like Hobonichi, for example. I'm not feeling attached that much to Hobonichi or Moleskine or Filofax. If they get rid of something, I mean, I would be disappointed, but it's not something I would think about a lot of times, and I would move on at some point. So I think that's also the I think this is a little bit dangerous for someone who builds a brand with so much heart and soul in it. So that's like it felt at first. And I started 2020, so I think Jenny is out there since 2015 or something. So there are much more long-time customers that, yeah, it feels personal, like a friend or someone you have a relationship with is talking to you, and you're looking forward for every video or plan with me, whatever. I mean, so it feels personal. And then if you feel disappointed by the person or what, everything, then yeah, it starts to feel personal. I don't know how to say. So maybe just it influenced my purchasing habits with Planner Perfect. It just got more and more expensive. The leathers increased, like about, from the first leathers I have some were like about $95 starting point, or let's say 100, and then they went up to 195, like in 2 years ago or 3 years ago. The wallets, everyday organized wallets in standard size, they made a major increase from $185 up to $285, and that's not a small increase. I mean, I would have understand if I would have understood if she increased it like $5 or so, but this was huge, and I really, yeah, it's just absolutely expensive and without any notice. You just, so there's a lot there's a lot of things that have not been announced beforehand, and which I don't always feel addressed by it because I'm not an existing subscriber right now, for example, but I'm still a little mad because for all the other people and because there has been so many changes. I mean, she changed from this beautiful artwork to digital last year. I mean, she went through some major personal, private life changes with her husband who had a stroke, and therefore I really give her grace. And but it does not mean it cannot be the it cannot be the excuse to just making changes to everything at last minute and don't do it properly just for yourself at first, test it, and then let's then promote it and explain it. I see it at other companies who explain it, changes very well, like Sterling Inc. or sometimes Coco Daisy. There has been also a lot of changes, but they did announce them beforehand and not surprise. You will get the new layout in your next subbox, which already shipped. Like she changed the monthly and week, the layout, the fonts and all of it. She also changed to digital art. I mean, I can understand that if you are a creative person and you have major private life changes, it really blocks your creativity. But on the other hand, she had so many stickers and tip-ins with her artwork, which never made it into a journal planner cover. And I was thinking, why not letting someone sit there and go through every sticker, or I don't know, tip in and see, hey, this hasn't been a cover. Let's do a 4-box with those stickers. Let's do this. I think she could have made it over a year with all the amazing artwork she already had in stock, but she decided to go another direction. And then she got rid of some sizes in the subbox, like B6 Slim, Personal Pocket, and B6 Slim is something I am using from time to time as well with Planner Perfect, because there are not much inserts out there with B6 Slim. And then I was like, yeah, okay. So last subbox I got was this one, and I have to say I'm lucky that this at least looks a little bit like self-painted, because starting in April the subbox just feels so boring. Excuse me, but for me it's really a boring subbox after this. It just feels plain, and I can go somewhere else getting those plain inserts, and I don't know. It's just not my style. But nevertheless, the recent changes were like she announced that the subbox will only contain A5 from August or September on, and this is pretty close. I mean, August is the next box. September would be the box after. So subscribers are not having much time to think about it. And even if I decide to get the subbox at one time, like Christmas would be the next time maybe, if I would see there's a cool cover if she would do a sub box review beforehand, but no, yeah, I couldn't, because it's changing to A5. What's also unclear is that she kind of said, but I'm not sure about this one, so don't come for me, because I tried my best to understand what she's saying, and English is not my first, it's not my mother language, so sorry for that. She said, I think, that she were streamlining and getting rid of standard size and all the other sizes except for A5 and sometimes B6. That's kind of what I understood from the video, and this is, I mean, this is a bummer. This is a bummer, really. We started with white size. White size was the white size was her, I don't know, what's the A5 size right now? I mean, that can change. That totally can change. You know, but I feel like, I don't know, for me, standard size is a traveler's notebook size, actually. Or it's narrow. The name at Planet Perfect is narrow for standard size. And what is with all the wallets and all the pocket planners and all the people? I don't know. Okay, let's focus. That's another point. Then I'm really not happy about the ambassador policy. There have been some ambassadors over the time, and I was happy that we got some more ambassadors with codes we could use. That had so much for me and my friend for ordering internationally. And all of a sudden, even the ambassadors did not know that beforehand. It says you can use an ambassador code, but only once, or that only once ever. So if I would be a new customer, I could use one, and then it's it. And as a long-term customer, I use so many codes, I cannot use any code ever again. And this is really disappointing. And I'm also feeling sad for the ambassadors who I would love to have supported, like Jimmy Wayne, or Mom Plans. I think Liberty Schoolhouse. I don't know if I used codes already from them, but some more smaller YouTube creators. I don't remember the names, unfortunately, but there were some. I really enjoyed this because I found some more some more Planet Perfect content within the community, and I really enjoy them, and it helped me money-wise. So that's gone. Okay. I mean, at least it's 20%. With a new website launch in May, there has been also another price increase. So a journal will now cost like $35, and a planner will cost, I think, $45 or $40 or $45, and this is huge. And in the sub-box, the July sub-box just came with 2 washies instead of 3 washies, and she said she reduced the amount of washi tape because I mean, did she mean us as a customers, or was she talking about herself? You cannot use 3 washies. You are not using 3 washies in one book, so it's wasted. And I mean, I have watched so many videos where she just not only had 3 of her subbox washies in her planner. She also used some other washi tapes, and I mean, I have like, okay, this is Cocoa Daisy. Let's see. Okay, I used one, two, 1, 2, 3. Those are the April washi tapes. I used them all in here. So I don't know. This is just, I mean, this is just not a good explanation. I think, but I would be really annoyed if I got the July sub box and there are only 2 washes in it, and you haven't been getting an email beforehand, before you order the box. So I don't understand why she does it. Why not making a plan to when to address, when will the changes happen, and not doing them in between from month to month, and it's just too much within the last month actually. And then the next bummer is that within the new website launch, the customization of the planners does not work, and it seems to be an error that should have been fixed within a day, in my opinion, or at least giving updates what's going on, because a lot of people wanted to order summer journals and stuff, and they could not do anything like put a year on it like this. And that's also something that made Planner Perfect unique: the artwork, the customization. And then she said something, and I am not sure if I understood that right as well, that yeah, it has been an error, and then they decided to change customization, or customization is obsolete, but she will announce when she knows more, and people are left in the loop. Like if you're not in the Facebook group or somewhere else, you don't know what's happening. Because the website says you can customize your planner and it does not work. So I think that's not good business-wise. And yeah, I don't know. I don't understand what's the point. It should all be better and elevated, and now it's just getting less quality, less customization, fewer options, and it got more expensive. So this is something what I'm not getting really. And what makes me especially disappointing is all the changes to subbox. I was thinking, okay, the subbox I don't like either right now. It's fine, but at least I can order any insert I want, any cover I want, in any, as a journal, as a planner, as a 12-month planner, 6-month agenda. I can order when I feel right to, with the codes or a sale. I can do a bigger order with 3 inserts and save some money. Well, all the planner options are gone. You had every artwork in her store and you could order it. Now it's just a change to seasonal, and that means that only seasonal stuff you can order in the shop. So right now it's summer journals like this, and some spring covers. And so if I think there's a sale in July maybe, or I would have a code and I would like to pre-order fall planners, like September starts fall here in Germany, I would say I cannot order it. It's not on the website. So that's also gone. So what I mean, the limited options right now force me to go anywhere else where I have where it's a little bit easier to pre-plan my books if I want to use monthly books. I am in the Coco Daisy subscription. I don't like every month, but I can make use out of it, of the pages in a blank insert. I decorate my own inserts then with what I have, or taking off from an old book, the cover from an old book, and this is my solution right now. And yeah, I don't know, this is really upsetting because they are so cute and I really love those inserts, and the TNs are really also my favorite, but right now I'm using them less and I'm looking for other options. I have found some other shops like Shelby Lee, where I guess I will order at some point. She also makes some cute covers. It's digital, but at least it's fun and colorful, and I can choose what I want to. I can choose any customization, and it's more affordable internationally as well, especially. So yes, that's where I am at this point. I guess I'm not, as I said before, I know that I'm not the only one out there. Unfortunately, what I really dislike is also that I don't hope that sounds harsh, but when customers have to address errors and stuff in the community, and the brand is not going ahead and announcing changes beforehand, so rumors will flow through the community, and I mean that's not very, very good, but in the end it's not. People are asking questions, and if you shut them down, that's not a good move. Actually, you really have at some point to be have to answer questions if there are made changes that have to do with money. It's your hard-earned money, and I'm not there to, even with all the with being like giving grace to someone personally, if it's my money that goes into this brand, and you cannot change everything last minute, or you cannot go ahead and don't address issues and just leave it to the customers talking about them and then shutting them down or whatever. I don't like that. But I also have to say that I still am in love with her artwork, and I cannot say I won't buy anymore anything from her and from the brand. I still have some covers I really would love to have, and if I could get them maybe before she's getting rid of them, maybe that's just only a rumor, so don't quote me on this, I will get them, or another charm maybe, or if she really got out with the stickers, maybe. But I really, it just feels not the same anymore, and sometimes I really think, oh my gosh, can I promote the brand anymore? This is really sad for me personally, but maybe I should just use what I have. I still have some leftover journals, and just don't put so much thought into it. I mean, if you like Planner Perfect, you are maybe here for it, and if not, then that's also fine. I'm just saying I'm yeah, I just wanted to talk a bit about my internal struggles. So yes, that's I think that's it about that topic. So I just want to address some stuff because I have a lot of Planner Perfect YouTube videos because I really have been loving it, and I still love it, but I don't like the direction the brand goes. I mean, that's not in my hands. I can just decide if I want to buy anymore or not. That's the point. For now, I'm enjoying some other inserts like Coco Daisy, and I will let's see where or what I'm going to do in the future. So I just wanted to say you still will see some of it, I guess, and of Planner Perfect inserts, but I also have other options. That's what I wanted to say. Okay, so enough what I think the video already got very long. I hope you enjoyed this little planner update from me. You took something out of it maybe, and yeah, if you're a Planner Perfect customer, long-time customer, you really can leave your comments in the what you think about the recent changes in the comment section. But please, if I understood something not correctly, or if I did not express myself clearly, please be nice, because yeah, English is my second language, and it's really not easy to express myself in another language. I really try my best, and yeah, that's it, I would say. And if you're not a Planner Perfect fan, then yeah, just let me know what you're using right now, if you streamlined your planner system from January on, or yeah, if you have something new in your system which you really love. And we not only have to talk about Planner Perfect, it's just something that really yeah, something I had the itch to talk about. All right, you guys, that's it. I wish you a very good day, rest of the week, and we will see you next time. Bye.